What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. Today we have a very special unboxing here. This is a knife that I have been after for a little while, and finally able to add one to the collection. You've already seen the unboxing of it, but I just want to just go ahead and make sure you guys see that it's a really sweet case that you get for these things. Just absolutely gorgeous. You do get two different pocket clips. Really nice pouch that you get on here from these Divo knives. This is the Divo Knives Stout, the Stout V2, as a matter of fact. Yeah, this was a grill knife for quite a while, and this knife does make a lot of firsts for me. This is the first lefty-only knife that I have ever gotten. So as you guys may or may not know, I am actually left-handed. You know, I've just kind of grew up with not having any, access, or they actually didn't even make left-handed knives back then. So, I mean, you had your slip joints, and then you had your fixed blades, and that was it for left-handed stuff. Anything that had a pocket clip on it, I don't even think they did reversible clips for the longest time. So I just kind of grew up, again, just being right hand focused, and everything that I couldn't do with my right hand I just did with my left. So writing, things like that, just had to but everything else, knives and stuff like that, it was always right handed. Just gotten used to it, and even then it still feels awkward using having the left hand. So I have carried this a couple of days at this point, and it is definitely taking some getting used to have that left-handed blade, having a knife in my left pocket. Just very unusual feeling, something I haven't dealt with in quite a long time, or ever, actually. So but anyway, let's go ahead and jump into some information on this thing, and then we'll go into our typical stuff here. So you are looking at a 3.3-inch blade, 7.5 overall, at 3.5 ounces. Really nice weight on this blade. Now they are priced at $375. They are all still available on TPK's website, so traditionalpocketknives.com is where you can pick these up. So they did this run with Divo Knives. So this entire run all went to TPK. So they have the Dark Matter Glow Fat Carbon, the 80s, and the Watermelon Sugar Camo Carbon. Now, the 80s does have a blasted or tumbled titanium bolster versus the blacked out or the PVD coated bolster that you see here. But the Watermelon Sugar, which is this one, and then the Dark Matter Glow have the blacked out bolster with the blacked out hardware. Again, the 80s will have the satin stuff, or the tumbled stuff. All three versions are again available. All three versions are available as a lefty and a righty version. So of course there are going to be limited numbers of the left-handed version, but you can certainly still get those. And yeah, just a really sweet knife. It is vanax, so that was the other first for me. I've never had a knife in vanax steel. So very intrigued to see how I like this steel. I know a lot of guys that I value their opinion. All of them say that vanax is a great steel. So I'll kind of get my own opinion on it here with this knife. But let's go ahead and jump into the close-ups here and take a look at the blade up close and personal, and then go over everything else. So really nice pink anodized pivot colors there against that black background. It looks really nice. And then this Watermelon Sugar has just some absolutely gorgeous color in it. The pinks and blues go with that, or pinks and greens go with that black really well. Kind of harkens to that, that 90s, 80s kind of kid in me, So one of the reasons why I really like these really colorful carbon fibers is it kind of harkens back to that time for me a little bit. So T8 hardware, of course. And then this one does have the milled clip on it. Again, it does ship with the wire clip if you would rather have that. But it does come, you do have the milled clip as an option. There you can see your blade profile. It looks really cool. We'll just go ahead and do it like I'm used to doing it here. Otherwise, it was feeling a little strange. Beautiful hollow ground sheep's foot blade here. Just absolutely great. I got a nice little harpoon action there, some swedge. Just really reminds me of the Tuya level grinds. Now these are done through the BE.EDC.NC conglomerate, so whoever they're using to actually manufacture their knives. So this is done by BE.TEC. Beautiful, beautiful grinds here. Great job on the sharpening. It looks very symmetrical. And then a plunge grind that is done very well. So you can see that there. So the plunge grind drops really quickly. It does fade slowly though. You do get a little bit of slow fade there, but you can see as it cuts off. So right about there is where it and the blade thickness kind of meet. So you have plenty of room for sharpening, especially for vanax. Lockup is on point. So you can see that there it is backwards from what you're used to seeing. And then centering, of course, is dead centered. So absolutely fantastic. I really do enjoy this knife a lot. This choke up spot right here is just so natural for your hand to go into. Once you've opened that knife up, it's just you just land right there. It's just meant to be. Very, very, very great job on this. Colin and Kevin, fantastic job with this knife execution design. The whole nine is all fantastic. You're looking at $375, which for the materials and whatnot, you're not hurting there. It's a fantastic price for what you're getting, especially coming from Best Tech. Kevin is not shy about talking about it. That Best Tech is the most expensive company to deal with because you are going through you're going through a third party. So you're having to pay Best Tech, who's having to pay somebody, versus you having just having another company that is actually doing the manufacturing. So that does raise the prices a bit on the Best Tech stuff when it's being OEM'd with them. So when you take all that into consideration, fantastic job. Couldn't be happier to own this knife, and it's one that's just, again, it's one that just, it feels so good in the hand. You hit that spot and it just makes sense, and you can choke down on it if you need to, and it still works. Even in my hands, you're right there on the edge of it. And then once you're choked up, again, you got just a little bit of overhang there. So, it's kind of in that sweet spot for where I like to have a knife for overall length in that, 7.5 to 8 inch range. This is right on the bottom side of that, but because you've got that super natural choke up spot there, and then if you need to spread out a little bit more, you can get into that harpoon there, get a really good power in behind your cut. The choil is done. It's extremely well done, very wide choil. Perfect for doing, if you need to come in and do your utility cuts, boom, right there, that choil, that harpoon is right there, and you're able to get in for your utility cuts very well. Everything works extremely well for this knife. It's super, just super natural to just go from one to the other grip. That works really well. There's only one other knife that I've messed with in recent times that is that easy and that fluent to go from your choke up spot just easily right into that precision spot, and that's been the Wingspan. So that says a lot. That's a really, really great job on this, and just really, really enjoy this knife so far. I don't think it's going to be going anywhere ever. This will most likely be a forever knife in the collection. The only thing I might, and this is going to sound crazy, the only thing I might do is, if I ever got the opportunity, is I might add a right-handed version. Just having the lefty is, I don't know, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if having the lefty is for me. But I'm not going to make that decision yet, of course, because I'm trying to overcome. I'm 38. I'll be 39 in a couple of days or in a week or wherever, depending. Well, today's the 21st, so I'll be in 13 days or so. I'll be 39 years old, and I've been carrying a knife since I was probably 5. So trying to overcome 34 years of brainwashing for the right-handed knife carrying. It's going to take some time just to make this feel comfortable. It still feels comfortable in the hand because I've pretty much always had to do any majority of cutting, any major cutting with my left hand. And unless it's just quickly cutting some tape or something, I can just use my right hand. But if I'm doing any sort of real cutting, it's using my left hand. And so I would always just flick the knife open with my right hand and switch hands, do whatever cutting I needed to do, and then I would usually close it first and then hand it back over. But so that's why I kind of gotten used to just reaching in and just opening or closing it with my left hand. And so that's why I even catching myself now. I'm coming in and I'm trying to grab the bolster here to unlock it, and there's nothing there to unlock it. So once I kind of get over that brain training a little bit, then I have a feeling I'll really enjoy this knife a lot more. But the only thing, like I said, the only thing that I think would get this knife out of my collection would be is if somebody offered to do a direct trade this one for a right-handed one. So again, I don't think that's ever going to happen. But yeah, this is a killer blade. Kevin and Colin, you guys should definitely be proud of yourselves on this one. I spoke to Kevin and told him that directly, that this knife right here is a winner. This is probably one of my top, easily top 5 in the collection. Just a phenomenal blade, and yeah, I'm really proud to own it. So, but anyway, guys, I think we're going to end it there. Actually, no, sorry, we need to do the hardware check. So let's do our hardware check, and I believe we are looking at T8 hardware all the way around. So check our body screws, check our pivot screw. Everything's looking good here. Everything is good. Yep, that all looks good. And there we go. Now, one other thing I did want to talk about as well with this is that they do offer the inlays, so you can get the inlays direct from TPK as well. So I think they're $50 for the inlays. So just think about that. So you can swap out your inlays if you do get one of these knives. You can get multiple inlays and do whatever you want to with that. But yeah, so that's a really cool part about this, and that's something I enjoy about the Lush as well. So I hope that's something that they keep doing, is these inlays. I really enjoy being able to swap stuff around like that. But all right, well, I appreciate each and every one of y'all as always. Please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Y'all take care.